My husband was very generous to many entities over the years, some in greater amounts, some in lesser. But one that I think really touched him deeply was that he received personal thank you notes from several students at Brandeis, and he had founded a scholarship there some years, I think it was in the early 90s, to honor and in memory of a family member. So the scholarship would support a student, and the students would not often, maybe 3 times over the time that I knew Larry, which was about 30 years, did he receive a personal thank you note. But that was as meaningful to him as if he had been written up in the New York Times. I do believe that I will see those stories, hear those stories as EVMS, the Institute, the Lawrence J. Goldrich Institute, actually becomes a real thing next spring. And it is interesting that I have had people who are Parkinson's patients or families of Parkinson's patients already come up to me, even sometimes on the street, and say how excited they are, how thrilled they are, how relieved they are that there will be some place locally that they can go. So that has been a heartwarming response. Truthfully, I would have to say that my and Larry's philosophy is pretty much paralleled, to make things that we see as being needed in a community, to make them more available and available to more. First of all, I think you have to love what you support. And I think it has to be something that has made a difference in your life or perhaps in the lives of friends or family, something that's meaningful, made a difference, and that you just love, whether it's medicine or education or the opera, the symphony, the stage company. I think if you love something, you will, one, give more to it, and you will become much more enthusiastic about your giving, such that you can garner the support of people whose interest you are looking for. I think it may be a cliche, but the more you give, the more you get. And I don't mean that in terms of amount of money. I mean the more support, whether it's financial or volunteer work or whatever, you're going to get rewarded for doing that, because you're going to see things that you think are important made more available and accessible.